Terminator is a 1984 American science fiction action film directed by James Cameron. The screenplay is credited to Cameron and producer Gale and Hurd, while co-writer William Wisher Jr. received an additional dialogue credit. In the film The Terminator, a cyborg assassin sent back in time from 2029 to 1984 to kill Sarah Connor, whose unborn son will one day save mankind from extinction by Skynet, a hostile artificial intelligence in a post-apocalyptic future. Kyle Reese is a soldier sent back in time to protect Sarah. Plot: over an apocalyptic battlefield in the year 2029, the ruins of the city of Los Angeles are dominated by robotic war machines, led by the rebellious computer system Skynet. In the year 1984, Los Angeles, and introduces the arrival of the Terminator played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, a Series 800 Model 101 infiltrator unit sent back in time from 2029 by Skynet to assassinate Sarah Connor. T-800 approaches three punk rockers drinking by an observation telescope at Griffith Observatory and take their clothing. Meanwhile, in another part of Los Angeles, human resistance soldier Kyle Reese, played by Michael Biehn, has arrived through time from 2029 as well, tasked with protecting Sarah from the T-800. He steals clothes from a homeless man and a shotgun from an unattended police vehicle. After stealing a large amount of deadly weaponry from the Alamo Sports Shop, the T-800 begins to systematically hunt down and shoot every person listed as Sarah Connor in the phone book in alphabetical order. Murders draws media attention, and the attention of Police Lieutenant Ed Traxler, played by Paul Winfield, and Detective Hal Vukovich, played by Lance Henriksen. The remaining Sarah Connor, played by Linda Hamilton, a hapless 19-year-old waitress with a dull life, who lives with her best friend and roommate Ginger Ventura, finds out about the other two Sarah Connor murders on television. She takes shelter in a local club called Tech Noir, where she calls the police for protection. Meanwhile, the Terminator goes to Sarah's apartment where it kills Ginger and her boyfriend Matt Buchanan. While Sarah is waiting for the police at Tech Noir, the Terminator and Reese both arrive to acquire her. Reese, not knowing what the Terminator looks like, has to wait for it to make a move before he is able to intervene and save Sarah from the Terminator. The Terminator and Reese wreak havoc at the disco in their ensuing firefight. Reese grabs Sarah and they both flee in a stolen vehicle while the Terminator pursues in a hijacked police car. While fleeing, in a parking lot, Reese explains to Sarah that an artificially intelligent defense network known as Skynet, created by Cyberdyne Systems, will become self-aware in the near future and trigger a global nuclear war to exterminate the human species. Sarah's future son John will rally the survivors and lead a successful resistance movement against Skynet and its army of machines. On the verge of the Resistance's victory, Skynet sent the Terminator back in time to kill Sarah and prevent John from being born. The police arrive and arrest Reese and Sarah and bring them to West Island Police Station. The Terminator escapes unseen. At the police station, Sarah is reassured and interviewed by criminal psychologist Peter Silberman, who believes that Reese is insane. He is clearly someone suffering from psychotic delusions. However, mere minutes later, the Terminator arrives at the station, and when denied access to see Sarah, casually utters to the desk sergeant, "I'll be back," before driving a car directly into the lobby. Terminator, with an AR-18 carbine and a SPAS-12 shotgun, begins massacre on the station. Reese and Sarah are able to escape once again and go into hiding in a cave. They then rent a free room at the Tiki Motel, where Reese begins teaching Sarah how to build homemade explosives. Reese admits that he has adored Sarah since he saw her in a photograph John gave him and that he traveled through time out of love for her. Reciprocating his feelings, Sarah kisses him and they have sex. The Terminator locates Sarah by intercepting a call intended for her mother. She and Reese escape the motel in a pickup while it pursues them on a motorcycle. In the ensuing chase, Reese is wounded by gunfire while throwing pipe bombs at the Terminator. Sarah knocks the Terminator off its motorcycle but loses control of the truck, which flips over. The Terminator, now bloodied and badly damaged, hijacks a tank truck and attempts to run down Sarah, while the injured Reese inserts a pipe bomb into the exhaust of the vehicle and explosion destroys the tanker, causing an explosion that burns the flesh from the Terminator's endoskeleton. The Terminator continues to chase Sarah and Reese on foot into a hydraulics facility. Reese activates machinery to confuse T-800. Reese manages to blow apart the robot's torso by inserting final homemade pipe bomb. The explosion is fatal for Reese. The T-800's upper body is still functional and begins to crawl after Sarah, who climbs behind a metal sliding gate while the Terminator tries to free his arm from the bars to strangle her. Sarah presses the start button and the Terminator is crushed under the press. Months later, Sarah is now several months pregnant with a boy, revealing the movie's twist. By sending back a protector for his mother, John Connor actually inadvertently created his own existence. Reese had conceived a child with Sarah, paradoxically becoming John's father. Sarah is recording audio tapes to pass on to him. Sarah stops at a gas station in Mexico on November 10, 1984, where she has a photograph taken of herself before departing. In a final twist of fate, the audience sees that this is exactly the same picture that John will one day give to Reese in the future. Sarah then drives off into the distance to train her son in preparation for his destiny. In the distance, storms are approaching over the mountains. About the film. The film, directed by James Cameron and an original screenplay, is written by James Cameron and Gale and Hurd, with Harlan Ellison credited for conceptual elements due to a legal settlement. Casting of the film was Arnold Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton, Michael Biehn, Paul Winfield, and Lance Henriksen. The Terminator was primarily filmed in Los Angeles, California, with some additional scenes shot in other locations. The production faced budgetary constraints, which led to creative solutions and efficient filmmaking techniques. The film's visual effects, including the depiction of the Terminator's endoskeleton, were achieved through practical effects and stop-motion animation. The film's music was composed by Brad Fiedel. The iconic electronic score of the Terminator is known for its pulsating rhythms and atmospheric tones, adding tension and intensity to the film's action sequences. The main theme, often referred to as the Terminator theme, has become synonymous with the franchise. The Terminator was released on October 26, 1984, in the United States. It went on to receive international releases in subsequent months and years, gaining recognition and popularity worldwide. The film had a production budget of approximately $6.4 million. At the box office, the Terminator grossed over $78 million globally, making it a commercial success and paving the way for the franchise's future installments. The Terminator received positive reviews from critics, who praised its inventive storyline, thrilling action sequences, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's performance as the titular character. The film was lauded for its blend of science fiction, action, and suspense, establishing it as a genre classic. The Terminator has had a significant impact on popular culture and the science fiction genre. It spawned a successful franchise that includes sequels: Terminator 2, Judgment Day, 1991, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, 2003, Terminator Salvation, 2009, and Terminator Genisys, 2015. Also spin-offs, and a television series, Terminator, The Sarah Connor Chronicles, 2008 to 2009. The film's themes of artificial intelligence, time travel, and the battle for humanity have resonated with audiences and influenced subsequent sci-fi films. 10 interesting facts about the Terminator movie. 1. Arnold Schwarzenegger initially auditioned for the role of Kyle Reese but ended up being cast as the Terminator, a role that would become one of his most iconic. 2. James Cameron sold the rights to the original film for $1 to producer Gale and Hurd. 3. The famous line "I'll be back" was originally written as "I'll come back," but Schwarzenegger suggested the change, which has since become one of his signature catchphrases. 4. The Terminator's mechanical endoskeleton was created using a combination of practical effects and stop-motion animation, giving it a unique and memorable appearance. 5. Linda Hamilton, who played the role of Sarah Connor, underwent intensive physical training to convincingly portray a strong and determined character. 6. The film's success led to the creation of a popular franchise that includes multiple sequels, spin-offs, and a television series. 7. The character of the Terminator was inspired by Harlan Ellison's science fiction works, leading to a lawsuit that resulted in a settlement and acknowledgement of Ellison's contribution. 8. The low-budget production faced numerous challenges, including shooting on a tight schedule and using practical effects to create the film's futuristic elements. 9. The studio wanted O.J. Simpson to play the Terminator. 10. The film features Arnold Schwarzenegger's longtime bodybuilder friend Franco Columbu, played the role of future Terminator in the film.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more interesting videos and don't forget to press like button and share.